Hello and welcome to a quick tutorial about how to use Creative Commons images in your projects for JRN112. A quick overview: we're going to talk about in this video how to search for images on Flickr, how to choose a Creative Commons license for those images, and how to save them to your hard drive. So to begin with, we're going to be using Flickr, so please go to flickr.com and you should see the home page looking like this. And the first thing you want to do is enter a search term. So let's say we're writing a story about John Tory and we want to look for photos of John Tory. Enter them in the box to the top right of the screen. And once you click search, you should see a list of some photos that will look something like this. So let's click on this first one and we'll find out what kind of Creative Commons or non-Creative Commons license it has to see whether we're allowed to use it. So when you click on it, then you should see the following screen. And if you scroll down the screen, you'll see under Additional Info, it says All Rights Reserved. And this is tough luck for us. It means that the creator of this photo has chosen to preserve all of their copyrights, so we will not be able to use it in the story. So let's go back to browsing for images. And here's one that I found scrolling a little bit further down the page. And if we scroll down on this image, we'll notice under Additional Info that it says Some Rights Reserved. Well, if you want to find out which rights are reserved, to find out if you can use this, just click on the link where it says Some Rights Reserved. And that'll take you to a screen with some information telling you what you're free to do. So we're free to share, copy, and redistribute the material in any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially. But we have to do so under the following terms. We must give appropriate credit, and we cannot remix, transform, or build upon the material. So when you're looking at these licenses, just some important things to consider. One, some licenses will allow or may prohibit commercial use. If a license allows commercial use, it means that you can use the image on a website with advertisements or in some other money-making capacity. But if it doesn't allow commercial use, then you can't do that. Many Creative Commons licenses stipulate that attribution must be given. And usually you can provide this attribution by adding a link to the creator's Flickr page, or maybe crediting the image to the creator's name, or to their Flickr username. Finally, many licenses will stipulate that you either can or cannot create modifications or derivative works. If a license allows modifications, you can alter the image, and this includes things like cropping the image or changing the colors. But if a license states that no derivatives are allowed, then you cannot make any changes to the image. So you'll have to use it in its original form, take it or leave it. So, now that we know how to click on an image, and we know how to look to see whether it says All Rights Reserved or Some Rights Reserved, and then to click on that to find out more information, well, wouldn't it be nice if, when we're searching, we don't have to click on each image individually to find out what the license is? It'd be nice to be able to do a search and say, I'm only interested in Creative Commons images. So to do that, well, in most browsers, when you're on Flickr, you should see the highlighted menu here that says License, and the default is any license. But if you click on that menu, you can choose Creative Commons only. Now, if you don't see that menu, which you might not in some browsers, it might just be a blank space like this, then don't worry, because you can click on Advanced Search. And if you click on Advanced Search, it'll take you to the following screen where you have a few more options, and at the bottom you'll see you have some Creative Commons options. So you can only search within Creative Commons licensed content, which is probably useful for you, and you can choose whether you want to find content to use commercially or whether you want to modify, adapt, or build upon it. So when you start searching and you've chosen a license to be Creative Commons only, you'll notice that some images disappear. Any images that wouldn't allow you to use Creative Commons won't be in your results. And if you want to get really specific and say that you need to have commercial use or modifications, then you'll have even fewer images. And you notice this narrows the options. So even though I'm searching for John Tory, when I say that, when I limit the options this way, then I get a bunch of images of Olivia Chow, which just means there's not as many of John Tory this way for some reason. So let's be a little less particular. And now if we scroll down this page, we can again come to that first image I found. And this one, remember, had some rights reserved and we'd be allowed to use it on our website. So the final step, now that we know how to find images, is to download them. So on some browsers, you'll see this menu marked by 3 dots. And if you click on that menu, you can choose View All Sizes. And this will allow you to see the raw images in a variety of sizes to download. Now in some other browsers, the menu looks a little bit different. It looks like this download arrow pointing down. And if you have that, then you can click on it and you can actually choose a size right from here to download straight away, or you could still click View All Sizes. And if you click View All Sizes from either this menu or this one, then you'll come to a screen that looks a little bit like this. Now you'll notice it has a download link, download the large size of this photo. If you click that, it'll download it to your hard drive straight away. Otherwise, you can, on a Mac, control-click on the image, or using a Windows computer, right-click on the image to get a menu that will give you some options like Save Image As. And if you do this, you can save it to your hard drive, at which point you'll be able to upload it to your blog or insert it to some other kind of project. So that should be it. Now you know how to use Flickr to search for an image, make sure that it has the right licensing so you're allowed to use it in your projects, and to download it to your computer. Thank you very much.